Welcome to Match with Filipinas, the place where genuine connections start. Let's dive into today's insights. When I first thought about moving to the Philippines, I pictured paradise, beautiful beaches, warm weather, and a laid-back lifestyle. I had the whole plan mapped out. I thought, this is going to be my new life. I've got this. But here's the thing, it's not as easy as it seems. In fact, there are some hard truths about living abroad that no one really prepares you for. And I'm not talking about the obvious stuff like culture shock or language barriers. I'm talking about the real behind-the-scenes struggles that can make you want to pack your bags and head back home. Let's start with the number one thing that trips up so many expats: money management. You'd be surprised how many people come over here thinking they can just coast on their savings or pension without having a solid budget in place. The dream is to live stress-free, right? But if you're not careful, it doesn't take long before you find yourself running low on cash. And when that happens, things get ugly real fast. The Philippines can be surprisingly expensive, especially if you haven't planned your finances properly. Sure, the cost of living might be cheaper than back home, but you still have bills to pay, and without a steady income stream, things can get tight. The worst part? Once the money's gone, it's hard to find a way to make it stretch. There's no safety net, and you don't have the same support systems that you had back home. What happens next is a downward spiral that starts with emotional frustration. You wake up in the morning feeling like you're stuck in a cycle. You've got no hobbies, no purpose, and it's easy to just fall into a routine of waiting for the next paycheck to come through. But even that little excitement fades when you realize how quickly it disappears. Here's where I've seen people make another big mistake. They isolate themselves. This is where the lack of community hits hard. I'm not talking about just a few friends or people you've met along the way. I mean a solid, reliable community. People you can talk to when things aren't going well. Many new expats come in thinking they've got this all figured out, but when things go south, they've got no one to turn to. When you don't have that support network, you find yourself alone, feeling like you're drowning. And let me tell you, that pride is a killer. When you're in trouble, you don't want to ask for help because it feels like admitting failure. But trust me, that's a huge mistake. You've got to build real relationships here, not just acquaintances. Having people you can lean on when times get tough is vital. But let's be real for a second. A lot of guys I've seen this happen end up pretending everything's fine. They act like they've got it all together, even though they're struggling. They'll tell everyone, "Oh, it just wasn't for me. The Philippines is too much. The culture's all wrong." But the truth is, they just couldn't manage things properly. They didn't do their homework. And when you hit rock bottom, it's not just the money problems that hurt, it's the emotional baggage. You realize that the life you thought you'd build here isn't happening. There's regret. And that's a heavy thing to carry around. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there who think they'll just head back home, lick their wounds, and start fresh. But here's the catch. Once you go back, things aren't as simple as they seem. Maybe you've had to crash at a friend's place, or maybe you're stuck in a low-paying job trying to make ends meet. You'll have to face your family, your old friends, and they'll want to know what happened. And that's when the excuses come out. It's hard to admit that your dream didn't work out. But the worst part is when you know, deep down, you could have done better. You didn't prepare, and you didn't listen to the right advice. And now it's too late to turn back the clock. So let me share what I've learned from seeing others go through this, and what you can do to avoid the same fate. If you're thinking about moving abroad, especially to somewhere like the Philippines, take the time to really research and plan. Don't rely on the stories or promises you hear from others. Get on the ground and experience it for yourself. Take a trip, meet people, and see if it feels right for you. And don't ever make the mistake of letting your finances control you. Be smart about money. Create a budget and stick to it. Make sure you have a financial cushion before you get here. Because trust me, when the money's gone, so is the dream. Build a real community of people you can trust, expats and locals alike. Don't be afraid to ask for help when things go wrong. And take things slow when it comes to relationships. Give yourself time to figure out if the person you're with is right for you. But most importantly, be honest with yourself. Are you emotionally prepared for this move? Are you ready to deal with the loneliness, the boredom, and the stress? If you're not, that's okay, but make sure you're aware of what you're getting into before you make the jump. Moving abroad isn't just about finding paradise, it's about making it work for you, on your terms. Be prepared, be smart, and build a life you can sustain. That's how you'll truly make it. Thank you for watching. If you're serious about finding a genuine connection, Match with Filipinas is the service for you. I do the hard work of matching you with up to 100 Filipinas using my extensive networking and effective ad strategies. You'll be in control of choosing your ideal Filipina, ensuring you find someone who truly meets your standards. This is a highly personalized and effective way of finding your dream partner. No more wasting time on dating sites with low-quality candidates. Click the link in the description below to book your appointment and take the first step toward a real connection today.